it's on.
Right. Good afternoon. Welcome to a special council meeting. Bonjour. Bienvenue à un conseil spécial. The reason we're having this council meeting is basically we authorized a grant to the swimming club, and unfortunately we didn't have the time to pass it at the last council meeting, and it's imperative that we pass it because otherwise the poor lifeguards at the swimming club would not be paid. So therefore, this is why we called this council meeting. Also, at the same time, we are taking the opportunity of putting two other items on it because, again, we've lost time with COVID and everything. So as these two items will be explained by the other councillors, you will understand why we did it in order to move these projects forward. So I call on Councillor Janet, if you wish to adopt the agenda.
I move to adopt the agenda of the special council meeting of Monday, July 27th, 2020, as drafted.
I second.
In favor?
Yes.
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 We go to the approbation d'une contribution financière au club aquatique de Baie-D'Urfé. Councillor Lowenstein.
Whereas the elected officials have reviewed the request from the non-profit organization, I move to award a grant of $25,000 to the Baie-D'Urfé Aquatic Club and to charge this expense in accordance with the Certificate of Availability of Fund number 200707 issued by the Treasurer. And as Councillor Doherty mentioned, we're moving this now because the urgency was not yet there last meeting, and in the meantime, other funding from the government did not come as quickly as it was supposed to. And again, with COVID, we need to move forward. People still do need to get paid.
Seconder?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is octroi du contrat DP 2020-20, Programme de protection des frênes publics 2020, traitement avec triazine.
Whereas on Tuesday, May 12th, 2020, the town council extended the strategy against the emerald ash to the town of Baie-D'Urfé for an additional year until December 31st, 2020, in accordance with the current bylaw in force. I move to award the contract DP 2020-20 Protection Program of Ash Trees 2020 to Biocontrol Agricole Inc. to approve the expenditures related to this contract for a maximum amount of $12,597.73 and to authorize the transfer of funds in accordance with the Certificate of Availability of Funds number 200709 issued by the Treasurer. This is the our normal ash tree treatment with triazine. But again, the movement on this was delayed due to COVID, but now that the contract was awarded, we would like to move it forward.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder?
I will second.
Councillor Phelps? Yeah? Okay, thank you. Our third item is autorisation de dépenses.
You need to vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is everybody in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm new at this. Our third item is autorisation d'une dépense additionnelle pour les travaux supplémentaires, services professionnels pour le projet de stabilisation des berges, TP 2020-03.
Whereas the town council awarded the contract TP 2020-03 to Action Environnement Inc. in the amount of $121,512.82, including all the applicable taxes for professional services for the shoreline stabilization project at Bertle Park, resolution number 2020-06-103. Whereas the need for additional professional services for the installation of a new outfall results in expenditures that were not provided in the original contract. Therefore, I move to authorize the payment of additional fees, $19,430.78, taxes included, payable to the Axio Environment, Inc. for the installation of a new outfall, and to charge the expenditure and to authorize the required transfer, the whole in accordance with Certificate of Availability of Funds number 2007-08 issued by the treasurer. And then we'll ask our GM, Mr. Nicholas Bouchard, to give us an explanation of this particular expenditure.
Well, maybe I could answer the question at the question period, because we did receive a question on the subject. So
Okay.
I'll explain it in detail at that time.
Okay.
Can we have a seconder on that, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Yes.
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 Thank you. That takes care of the three questions, the three items. We have a letter from Karen Gibert on exactly what Councillor Phillips just read, and our DG, Monsieur Bouchard, will give the explanation required. Mr. Bouchard.
Thank you. The outfall, the current outfall that is in Berthold Park is basically underwater. It's too low. We will eventually need to repair it. It's from lakeshore all the way down to the water. What this is now, since we're going to do the shoreline stabilization, what we want to do is make sure we put 15 meters of pipe inside the rocks in the event that we will eventually redo the outfall that currently exists. So not to come back and break what we're actually building, we just want to make sure that some pipes 15 meters are inserted in the rocks to make sure that eventually that work will be there when we will decide if we want to change the existing pipe that runs under Berthold. So basically that is why the extra is needed. The engineers will look at the current situation and put it most probably right near where it currently exists, but it's going to be for them to make sure with the right calculation that it's at the best place possible. Thank you.
Mr. Bouchard. And again, thank you for that explanation. And again, as we said earlier, it's part of the thing is to move projects forward because of the time we've lost with COVID and the summer. So that concludes our three items. Do I have somebody to end the meeting?
I move to close the meeting at 1:08 p.m.
I'll second.
So therefore, closed. Thank you all for attending. Merci beaucoup.
All in favor?
A vote.
Oh, sorry, all in favor.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Alors, this concludes the meeting. Merci à tous pour ceux-là qui vont voir le vidéo. J'imagine c'est ça, c'est une vidéo. Et puis, what can I say? We had to do these things to move them forward, and I'm hoping that the lifeguards will be happy that they get their checks. Thank you.
I'm sure they
Bye.
will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.